My name is Katherine. I've been bereaved by suicide. At the time, it was really difficult to talk about how I was feeling, especially to the people that were close to me, because I knew that they'd be affected by it too. I knew they'd find it difficult to hear that I wasn't doing okay. I would spend weekends in bed in my pajamas, trying to avoid going to the kitchen so that my flatmates didn't see me, isolating myself on purpose. My world turned upside down because as someone who is quite open with their friends, it was really difficult. It was distressing. I was lost and to some extent quite numb. I didn't really know how I felt and I couldn't explain it and express it, and I think that was the most difficult part. There wasn't really a word to describe how I felt. These were young people who had their lives ahead of them. They had goals and they had aspirations, and their lives were cut too short by something they didn't understand and that they didn't get the support that they needed. And that's why I'm doing this, because I don't want their lives to be in vain, and I want to reach out to anybody who's feeling this difficulty, and I want them to know that it is not worth their loss of life, because everyone is important. When I lost the second person to suicide, I realised I couldn't go back to how it had been the first time. It was too much, it just disrupted my life too much, and I decided that there was going to be an intervention and this was going to stop and I was going to deal with everything properly. The Tomorrow Project contacted me within days. Everything happened really quickly, and that was really important because the initial shock is the hardest stage to get over. The Tomorrow Project helps people who have been bereaved by suicide or who feel that they are at a crisis point with suicide themselves. They're there to support you and guide you and keep you going. I was called by a project worker called Anna, so I went along to meet her, and she was so friendly and so kind to me and just made me feel really comfortable. For a stranger, she talked to me like a friend. It was a huge weight off my shoulders, and it was really just a friendly atmosphere where I could talk openly and without judgment. It's not always the easiest thing to talk about, but don't suffer in silence. There is always somebody at the end of the phone that you can call or contact via email if you're struggling. And it's the most difficult step to do, but once you've overcome that hurdle, things get easier.